Welcome to this very special Ask MockingJay fan event. My name is Dave Carger. I am the chief correspondent at Fandango. It is absolutely my pleasure to be here with you all and to introduce all of you to basically the entire cast of MockingJay Part 1. And what's amazing about this event is that this is the very first time that the entire cast of the film is in the same room in the United States. So, here's my question to you. Are you ready to meet the cast of MockingJay? I thought you were. Please welcome first the director of the film, Francis Lawrence. You ready? Come on out. Thank you. We also have the producer of this and all of the Hunger Games films, Nina Jacobson. Welcome. From the cast, returning as Prim, Willow Shields. Mr. Finnick Adair, Sam Claflin.
Who's going to point?
Yeah. Think I'm here. Howdy
Okay.
doody.
Behave yourselves because President Snow is here. Mr. Donald Sutherland. Welcome. Yeah, Kim will show you where to sit. Kim will show you.
Okay.
There you go.
Sorry, honey.
The don't fall.
Here? What?
Please welcome a new cast member as President Coin, Julianne Moore. Returning to the cast as Beatty, Jeffrey Wright. We have another new cast member, the propaganda director, Cressida, Natalie Dormer.
Big ball game.
A new cast member as President Coin's right-hand man, Boggs. Please welcome Mahershala Ali. Please welcome Gail Hawthorne himself, Liam Hemsworth. Now I'm happy to introduce Peter Malark, Josh Hutcherson. All right, so that's everybody, right? Oh, wait, sorry. Katniss Everdeen herself, Jennifer Lawrence. Go far.
Sorry, I was in my own world for a second.
Have a seat, guys.
I don't know, you tell me.
Welcome to all of you. It's great to see Hunger Games people, old and new, this is really, really exciting. And we have great questions from fans who have submitted them across all social media, and we also have a couple surprises for you too. But first, just to get you all in the spirit of things, why don't we take a look at the trailer for MockingJay Part 1. Check it out.
Yeah, man. There's TVs. Why are they
No one else can do this but her.
She won't be able to handle it. The games destroyed her.
Let her see what the Capitol did to District 12.
They're coming, Candace. They're gonna kill everyone. You'll be dead by morning!
Miss Everdeen, prepare to pay the ultimate price.
I have a message for President Snow. If we burn, you burn with us.
So just a reminder, the movie is out this Friday, November 21st. Tickets are available on Fandango. Who has their tickets already? I thought so. Okay, we have a lot of great questions to get to, so I'm going to start right in. Okay, Josh, this one's for you. This is from Facebook. This is from Alice Bailey. Did you keep any memento or prop from the set of the movies?
Yeah, I did actually. I kept on Catching Fire. I kept a little locket that guys. I actually did steal it. They told me I couldn't take it, but I was like, I'm taking it. And so don't tell anyone, please. But yeah, so I took that to keep.
Okay. Nina, is that okay?
And a lock of each cast member's hair.
You okay with this?
We'll overlook it just
Okay,
the
good.
once.
All right, here's another question from Facebook. Jeffrey, I'm going to direct this one to you. This is from Allison Williford. In all the books and movies, Katniss is driven by one force or another: protection for her sister, protection for Peeta, and eventually the liberation of Panem. What I want to know is what drives you? What keeps you going from day to day in your career and in your life?
Lunch. Next question. I think as relates to what we're doing here, I think I try to find projects and find people, communities like this one to involve myself in, because we try to do some good work, but at the same time we try to have a good time doing it. So if I could find this type of environment with or without Jen, but preferably with, then I'd show up for work every day.
That's great.
Happily.
Okay, now you guys are going to look at the monitors up here because we have a video question from Instagram. Julianne, this one's for you. It's from Down with the Capitol.
Hi, I'm Aldrin from Down with the Capitol, and our question is for Julianne Moore. Readers have always questioned the motives of President Coin. Is she working for the good of Panem or for her own personal gain? How do you see her, and what do you think her true motives are?
Oh, that's a really good question, and pretty challenging too. Well, I think what was important for me, because in the book she's kind of rendered in a very slender way from Katniss's point of view. Francis and I talked about giving her a political evolution, and who is this person who's been living underground for all of these years, who believes in equality for her people and is waiting for the revolution to strike, and then how does she progress? I think it really is about how war informs your choices, how you feel about retribution. I think she's always feeling like she wants to do the best she can for the people in District 13 and for the nation as a whole. But maybe where she gets at the end is not the most altruistic place. But let's not give it away, right?
Okay, here's another question from Facebook. Donald, this one I'm going to give to you. This is from Inas Hamdan. If you met your character in real life, would you two be friends?
I have met him. And I was fired.
Okay.
We weren't very friendly.
Right. All right, here's one for you, Jen. This is a Facebook question from Doria Slagle. By now, you all obviously have a solid grasp on who your character is. As an avid fan of the books, I'd like to know, what do you do as an actor to continue to flesh out your character's arc and keep Suzanne's story alive for yourself?
It is, unfortunately. I don't know. It's interesting when you're playing a character that's based off a book, because we're huge fans of the books. Everybody making the movies, and I was a huge fan of the character that I was reading. But at the same time, my job is still the same. I still need to show up on set and do what feels real and find what is feels authentic. And so, as an avid character of the, is that an answer? Should I keep going?
That is an answer.
Sure.
Those were words, and I strung them all together.
sense.
And so
like it.
I feel like I can stop talking. Thank you, guys. I put a sentence together. I'm sweating profusely. It was such a good question. I was like, oh my God.
Now, because we have some friends in high places, how would you guys like to see a never-before-seen clip from MockingJay Part 1? Okay. So you know what to do with all the devices, right? Okay, great. So this is one of the most action-packed moments from the movie. Take a look, and then I'm going to ask Francis and Nina about it after we're done. Check it out.
There's a problem. What kind of problem? Incoming bombers from the north. We need to find cover now.
There's a bunker in there.
Straight ahead and down the stairs.
Katniss! Katniss! Everett! Everett! Get back away from the wall!
So, Francis, the action sequences in this one are a lot different just because they take place outside of the arena. What were the challenges for you in putting a sequence like that together?
Well, I think, the challenges of putting any action sequence together are kind of always the same. I mean, inside the arena or outside the arena. What I'm always looking for is the specific emotional value that sort of drives the narrative of the sequence. And this part it's a very crucial moment in the MockingJay book, and it's a moment where Katniss actually really starts to fight back for the first time, and she really witnesses something horrific for the first time, and it's also our first real sense of war in this book. And so that was kind of what drove me through the entire process. But logistically, I try and be as safe as possible, and we work with a really strong stunt team, and so they help guide the process.
Yeah. I mean, Nina, it definitely sounds like the emotions are so raw in this third movie. That must have been exciting to delve into for you as well.
Yeah, I think that, this movie feels like a very kind of organic next step that's very honest. Oftentimes with sequels, it's like you're pressing the reset button, and this is not a reset. Mm-hmm. This is, if the events of those first two movies really happen to these people, then this is, I think, an honest outcome emotionally of how they would feel and how they would respond, and the consequences of what they've experienced, and how hard it is to actually step up and be a hero. That it doesn't just come easily. You don't just put on the suit and go out and kick some ass. It's a journey, and it's a hard journey.
Here's another Facebook question. Liam, this one's for you. It's from Irvin Dietz. Were you able to do any of your own stunts? And if so, what was your favorite? And of the stunts you were not allowed to do, which one would you have loved to do had you been able to do it?
Yeah, I tried to do most of my stunts. There's particular things that they just don't allow you to do unless you fight for it, I guess. But the craziest one on this was probably rappelling down a rope, which was about 45 feet high, which they did it from 100 feet high, which they wouldn't allow me to do. Yeah. But I did do, I did a lot of kind of, fight scenes and hard action things, but I broke my ankle running. Yeah. Which was a scene where you wouldn't...
running on the same path.
You wouldn't, yeah, and Jennifer's usually the one that would fall over in any place possible.
So wait,
Yeah.
because they called the ambulance and they're like, it's not for Jennifer.
Yeah.
Let's just get that straight.
Yeah.
Of all the things he had to do, he broke his ankle running. It was bizarre. That's something Sam would do. He's a professional athlete and the clumsiest person I've ever met in my life.
Okay, here's another Facebook question. Sam, this one's for you. This is from Kira Pollock. She wants to know, which scene of yours was the hardest to shoot, either physically, mentally, or emotionally?
I don't know. It's a tough question. I think probably the first scene of the movie, literally. My first scene, and also the first scene of the movie, which is basically when Katniss and Finnick are reunited. I think it was the first time I was kind of revisiting a character for the first time, but also the first time I was sort of getting into Finnick's new personality, if you know what I mean. As we all know, I think Finnick has a very, very different approach this time around, so it was a very different approach to the scene. It was a very somber feel to the scene, and I had to cry. At the same time as trying to tie a knot. I mean, as you know, as a man, doing two things at once was very difficult. But no, it was, yeah, I'd say that probably emotionally, physically less so, but mentally also. It was quite tough, yeah.
Now we're going to take a question from one of the live audience members here. Tell us your name and your question.
Yes, my name is Kristen, and my question to all the cast members is, if you can describe each of your characters with one defining word, what would it be and why?
All right, let's go around the horn. Willow, start with you. One word for Prim.
Oh my God. I would say nurturing. Yeah. No, I haven't.
She's just smarter than all of us.
Sam?
There's a lot of weird noises going on over here.
I'd say vulnerable. Oh. More sounds.
Can I say wheelchair bound?
That's
one word. It's a hyphenate.
That's a hyphenate.
That's that. There you go.
Julianne?
Patient.
Patient.
Boring.
Mr. President?
It's your turn.
Pragmatic.
Oh, there.
I wish I knew what that
Natalie?
I would have stopped.
Focused. There's a play on camera. Focus,
Nice.
get it?
Mahershala?
I'd say loyal.
How about the front row?
I think at this point, broken for Peter. I'm fine, more or less. The character is broken. I'm breaking.
Jennifer?
Courageous. I know it's obvious. What? Methodical?
That's great. Methodical.
How about you, Leah?
Not maternal.
Hungry?
Hungry.
Full? No, great answer. Courageous.
I mean, would
She
you
is.
do any of that?
Yes.
I wouldn't.
No.
Angry, maybe?
Yeah.
Sure.
He's a little
Especially
angry,
right
a little
now.
frustrated.
Yeah.
Yeah.
A little frustrated.
Okay, now we have another video question off of Instagram. Jennifer, listen closely. This one's for you. It's from HG Girl on Fire.
Hi, Amy from hggirlonfire.com here. And my question is for Jen. In the books, Katniss says that President Snow smells like blood and roses. And so my question is, what does Donald Sutherland smell like?
Donald Sutherland actually smells like an oak forest. He smells so, it's like what Christmas would smell like if it wasn't like a specific holiday scent. He smells like trees and masculinity. It's such a, get a whiff of him, I'm not kidding. He smells like fresh pines, and like a bird's nest.
I'm so much in love, I gotta tell you.
Feel my clammy hands.
Okay, let's take another question from the audience here. What is your name and what's your question?
My name is Samantha Marshall, and my question is for the cast. If you could play another character, which character would it be and why?
All right, Jeffrey, take that one. Who else would you want to play?
Oh, I couldn't deal with the heels, so I guess President Coin, I would, but your heels are pretty.
Pretty low.
I would, low.
Yeah.
Maybe the authority I could deal with,
You're
but
like
I would.
secret shoe lips.
Yeah. I think Peeta's journey is a fascinating one, and particularly in this movie because the trauma that he's undergoing is specific to what's happened to him in the Capitol, but for me is also resonant of post-traumatic stress disorder and the consequences of war and the consequences of being a warrior, which I think was very central to Suzanne Collins' desires for exploration in these stories. And so that arc is just a really resonant one for me, and I think very exciting to play, and I think what Josh does, particularly in this film, is really pretty exquisite and powerful and dangerous and thrilling. So I want to be Josh.
Exquisite, powerful, and dangerous. Never
Don't
thought
we
I'd
all?
hear those three words describing your character.
Okay, so now here's another Facebook question. I'm going to direct this one to Natalie and Sam. This is from McKenna Crumbaugh, who wants to know, in a post-war situation like the Hunger Games, do you think you would have survived as well in District 12 as your characters?
My character in District 12?
As the characters in the film.
No, probably not. I like food too much. I think I speak on behalf of all of us when I say we all like food, apparently. But no, I don't know. I think everyone has hardships in life. I've definitely had my fair share, as most people, as I say. So yeah, I think you adapt to survive. You change whatever you need to survive, and I think I'd be able to adapt. And also, I'm very unfussy. I don't care about my living quarters, so I think I'd be able to. I think I'd be able to live
British
fine
is
in
very
the cold.
easily pleased. Yeah.
How about you?
Great.
To survive District 12,
Could you?
the bombing.
Could you do it? Yeah, everything that's.
If
been
Liam
going
Hemsworth was carrying me into the forest, I'd be gone. You know, he managed to grab one or two people. I'd be one of those people.
I like that. Okay, here's another Facebook question. Liam, this one's I'm going to give to you from Sasha Borg, who wants to know, what was your favorite location to film in and why?
Berlin.
Berlin.
Because?
Berlin's an amazing place, but we were all staying in the same building, which kind of made it
was
like
like
friends.
friends.
Yeah. We'd all just kind of bursting in on each other's
I
apartments.
never knew when
and-
somebody was going to burst into my apartment. It left me in a constant state of excitement and fear.
Yeah.
But Paris also had those amazing sandwiches.
Paris had really good sandwiches.
Just French bread, butter, salami, and a sweet pickle.
Yeah, pickles.
And Liam would eat.
I'd have
you
about
ate
12.
5 of them at a time.
I'd have about 12 a day, yeah, or more. Yeah.
I one time just thought he was taking a really long time to eat one, and he was like, "No, this is like my fifth."
I don't sound like that.
That's how I hear you.
Okay, we've got another audience member question. Hello, what's your name and what's your question?
Hi, my name is Sumi, and this is for all the newly joined cast members. How did filming match up to your expectations of what it would be like, and were there any surprises?
Julianne? You must have had expectations.
I did. I think what was really amazing was how welcoming, how lovely everybody was in this entire group. Because I walked in not really, knowing what to expect, actually. And people were so nice. I mean, it sounds reductive to say they were really nice, but it's pretty unusual to walk into a cast where people come over and say, how are you, and do you want to have dinner, and crack jokes constantly. And it was just an insanely fun, easy set to be on. So I felt really lucky, and it really surpassed my expectations.
Mahershala?
Well, we didn't talk to him.
Yeah.
I think the first week I didn't talk because I was so nervous. But I had a blast. I didn't really know what to expect coming into it, but everybody was just so warm and grounded and welcoming that I had a great time. And we played all the time after Francis called cut, we were joking until he called action again. So we had a great time.
Sometimes even after still.
Yeah. Like if Woody during takes would play.
Woody's the
but
only one that keeps going.
Yeah, and keeps
That's
going.
right.
But it was great.
How about you, Natalie?
Same, yeah. Everything Julianne said, really embraced into the bosom of the family.
Okay, I'm going to do this one as a show of hands question. This is from Facebook. This is from Sophie Maxine Carmen. Her question is, would you consider Katniss to be a good leader? So, show of hands, yes.
Good leader.
Of the cast.
Oh,
Josh,
Show-
what?
Show of hands, no.
What's
She's not a good
going
leader.
What's happening?
It's not you, kid. It's the character.
It's the character.
No offense to you. You played it.
Well, I'd be a terrible leader.
Okay, that's very intriguing.
I'm going to want them to explain that also.
It's a complicated leader.
Here's another Facebook question. This one's for you, Jennifer. Describe Katniss in 3 words. Well, you already did it in 1, so now you said courageous. Now you get 2 other words. Or it can even be a 3-word sentence.
I like food.
Feed me Pop-Tarts.
She's courageous, methodical, I think I said earlier, and complicated. She's scared, but also brave, so complicated.
Okay. Here's another
Thank
Facebook
you.
another Facebook question.
Somebody's supporting me.
Hey, you had. Oh.
This one I'm going to give to Julianne from Tina Pan. Who's the more intimidating president, Snow or Coin?
Oh, that's an interesting question. I think that, well, I don't know that Coin leads by intimidation, but
Yeah,
she
she
does
sneaks up on you.
confuse. Yeah, she's more opaque. The thing about Snow is that he's very clear about his desires and his goals, and Coin doesn't. She obfuscates everything. So in a way, she's trickier.
Yeah.
I think, yeah.
Okay, it's time for another Instagram video question. As I recall, this isn't directed at anyone in particular, so I'm going to give it to Josh. So this is from MockingJay.net.
Hi guys, this is Tiffany from MockingJay.net, and our question to you is, if you could sit down with your character and ask them one question, what would it be and why? Thank you. Bye.
How did you lose all that weight so fast?
No. God. One question? Man, I think it would have to be something about his family, because it's something we didn't really explore a whole lot in the movies. I think I would maybe ask something about his upbringing, just because that's something that wasn't really in the books and we never really designed it. I don't know a specific question, but it would be in that realm, because I'm curious, like, why he is this way and where all of his stuff comes from, really.
Okay. Yeah. I'm being told that we're allowed to watch that airstrike clip one more time. You guys want to see it again? Yes. Okay, check it out.
There's a problem. What kind of problem? Incoming bombers from the north. We need to find cover now.
There's a bunker in there.
Straight ahead and down the stairs.
Katniss! Katniss! Everett! Everett! Get back away from the wall!
I love that. There's a lot more where that came from, too. Are you Doria? Oh, Doria.
Close enough.
Okay. You have a question?
Yeah. I would just like to ask the cast of Mockingjay if they have someone in the cast that they do a really good impression of, and if so, will you do it for us?
Oh.
Liam does a good
Liam does the best
Nothing
Woody.
put him on the spot.
Hey, man, what's going on? I can't believe that, man.
Just such a good time.
Such a good time, man.
Always drinking that Coke, man.
Why are you drinking that Coca-Cola,
You're
man?
only thinking about what's going on in here. And I'm thinking, one time he knocked on my trailer door and was like, I gotta talk to you about your enzymes, man. So I was like,
All right, we're so close to running out of time, but not quite yet. I have a couple more questions here. This is a Facebook question from Austin Levine. Jennifer, I'm giving this to you. The question is, what do you guys think of the soundtrack? Is there someone who did a song that you're particularly psyched about?
Yeah, I'm a huge fan of the soundtrack. It was amazing. Laura did an amazing job, which surprised nobody. And the song that she wrote for the movie Yellow Flicker Bee, okay, every time I say it, I'm like, is that right? It's phenomenal, and I loved it. And it was really emotional kind of hearing it, because I can't write a song. I don't mean that's why it's emotional. It's like, I can't do that. I just mean you get to know a character over a certain amount of years, and you have like this kind of idea, and then hearing somebody else's interpretation of it. It was emotional, and I thought it was a really cool song.
I love Jen's song when she sings. I think she's a
Shut up,
fantastic
John.
artist.
Me too. He's being sarcastic. Don't clap her.
And she'll work with the best producers to create an album.
Yeah, I'm working hard right now.
My opinion.
Thanks, guys.
We do have one final question here. This is a Facebook question from Laura Manley. Donald, I'm giving this one to you. If you could give your character one piece of advice, what would it be and why? What's he doing wrong?
I beg your pardon?
What's he doing wrong, if anything?
If I could give him a piece of advice, I think he does what he has to do perfectly, to be truthful. I would suggest to him that for his pragmatism, he not fall in love with Katniss Everdeen. And regrettably, he did. He admires and adores her. Can I say one thing?
Sure.
The question that was asked to me initially was if you had met your character. I answered it very flippantly, and I apologize for that. I have, in fact, met my character, one form of him, many, many times in my 80 years. They are called gentlemen. They're very wealthy. They're very powerful. They give generously. But if you threaten their profit, the profit of their money, they're ruthless and they're merciless. And I can tell you something that's absolutely true. I have never voted for one of them.
Very nice. Well, I am so grateful to all of you for being here. I know this room is very grateful that you're all here. One final reminder, Mockingjay Part 1 does come out in theaters Friday, the 21st of November. Get your tickets on Fandango and enjoy the movie. Thanks so much for being here. Thanks for watching, everybody.
I think you're all free to go.
That's it. That was good. There you go.